Welcome to Patscast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. We are a proud member of the Saskatchewan Podcast Network. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
And this is our episode for February 9th, 2020.
Gonna get a chance. Now he turns it over here. Stanek to the slot for Englot. A shot and he scores! Joe Englot to the top corner over the glove of Nolan Meyer. One shorthanded. Holmes right wing across the line into the right circle. A shot scores! He put it to the 5-hole of Isaac Poulter. And the Pats lead. What a shorty!
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening in, watching, or connecting in live via Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. Of course, replays are always available on each of those platforms. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at WHL Patscast, and interact with us live on Twitter when we are broadcasting. You will get those reports coming to your phone if you follow us. And it's been a lot of fun, actually, the last couple of weeks getting that live interaction. So we will start this week off with a little bit of exciting. I put in a little special news flash at the bottom of our screen here. 5-game win streak. Wow, that is something I did not expect to be saying this season. And yeah, it's been a fun past couple of weeks, actually. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, and the thing is we beat some decent teams, right? It's not like we just beat some bottom dwellers. Like we beat Saskatoon twice. We beat Victoria. And pumped Swift Current when we needed to. Yeah, we wanted 4 points. We got 4 points from that, and the Saskatoon game I think was a bonus. So that's nice.
Yeah, coming into the week we thought we should win these 2 games against Swift.
Yes,
right. We expected to. The team's been playing good. They're getting back to healthy, and there was no excuse not to win those 2 games. The one in Saskatoon was, either way, and it kind of came down to the wire. Right, it came to a shootout. So kind of what we maybe expected, and we ended up on top on that one. And
and with the injuries, we were short Holmes and winning that game.
Yeah.
To go into Saskatoon without 220s and to beat them is, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, and Saskatoon, it was a funny game for them. They didn't look great.
Yeah, definitely.
They looked a little frustrated. I think they are getting a little frustrated losing to us as much as they are, and not. I think maybe they circled these games as
winnable games.
And they should be winning them, and they're not. Getting a little frustrated with that, but that sucks for them.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah.
Too bad for them, yeah.
And you look at the Victoria game, we beat them in a shootout. They were struggling out here, and then they go home, and they beat Kamloops the last 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, I think for whatever Victoria, it was a better team than maybe we had. It was displayed on that road trip. They just seemed to struggle.
Yeah, and they had some injuries as well, too. So, I mean, we caught them at the right time, and we beat them, which is what you got to do with those teams. You can't, they're down and out, and they've got some injuries.
Yeah.
You can't just, whatever. We took advantage of it and got the 2 points.
Do you want to talk about the games specifically, or kind of group them together? Anything specific from the Saskatoon game?
Let's see, I got to check my notes here.
Lots of penalties.
Yeah. There's some big hits.
Yeah.
Some fights.
Yes, there was. It's kind of, I don't know, it seems like the intensity's been ratcheting it up with the last few games, doesn't it? Between the hits and the fights, and we went a long time without seeing any fights, and all of a sudden, quite a few lately.
Yeah. First shift, they had a great first shift. Crane scores on the very first shift of the game.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
If anything, and we've said it a few times, this team can score early.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
For a road game, that's great. You get off the right foot, and it was color on color. It was blue on yellow.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
Yeah.
And we always notice that when it does happen. Color on color, yeah. That
was good. Good to see. They were wearing those kind of ugly yellow ones. I don't really like
yellow
them,
just... Yeah. They're gold. When it's golden, it's better. This yellow is just not... It's not doing it for me.
No, not at all. Buskey came up big in the shootout. Like,
yes,
we were kind of questioning him. He's struggled at times, but he's made some good saves in this win streak here. He's played
absolutely
fairly decent.
Yeah. Englot back from his appendicitis. Did he have surgery or just appendicitis? Do you know?
I I talked to him about it, but I didn't inquire about it.
It's nice to see him back, right back into it too.
And yeah, that's the thing. He didn't look like he missed a beat. He played real well in the Saskatoon game.
It's nice because it wasn't like an injury, right? It didn't hurt any.
Didn't hurt his leg or his arm or
other
something.
than like if it was, I don't know, if they did do surgery, there's some incisions in your abdomen, so that might kind of the twisting, but doesn't seem to have bothered him.
No, I thought he played real well these 3 games. And he got moved up to the first line for this last game against Swift Current here at home.
Yeah.
Between Pratt and Denemy, the 2 kind of hottest guys.
Power play, though, struggled 0 for 5.
I was going to look into that. I thought the power play, even over this whole 5-game win streak, the power play maybe isn't as hot as it was before.
Well, the past 3, they have 2 goals.
Okay.
2 out of 15.
2 out of 15, yeah. But you're still winning, so that's something. Yeah, it's not great to see the power play struggle a bit, but if you're still winning, it's like, okay, we can correct this power play and get it going. Because they're going to need some goals coming up on this road trip. It's going to be tough sledding against some 3 good teams. So you need some power play goals when you have that man advantage.
Yes.
Not to jump ahead, but...
Yeah, not to get too far ahead, but yeah, this 5-game win streak could be threatened here a little bit over this next week. Unfortunately, it's kind of the Alberta road trip here. Not all of them, though, just 3 games. Medicine Hat, Calgary, and Edmonton. That'll be a challenge. Those are some good teams, but who knows? I think they're playing with some swagger, and that's. I mean, just speaking of swagger, just watching them play, it seems like different. Not a different team, but just different confidence or strategy. I don't know what it is. You're looking at the goals. They're again passing. They're not. We were kind of just getting used to the garbage goals a lot. Now we're seeing, for instance, that I think, which was it, Dubinsky in the Swift Current. Dubinsky had it and then kind of circled around to Evans, then Evans over to Chorney.
Yes.
To score on his old roommate there. It's just some more skill-based goals that we're starting to see, and talk about passing and odd man rushes. How about, how many did we have last night against Swift?
Oh, I don't know. We had half a dozen.
We just,
I think.
right. A short-handed goal. It's just a little bit more skill starting to bubble up.
I think, once this trade deadline is passed and guys are, it doesn't seem maybe the lineup is as in flux as it was before, So they're coming together, and I asked both Holmes and Englot about that, and they said, it's good. So, I mean,
why don't you queue up those interviews? You got so you spoke to Drew Englot and Robbie Holmes, and of course Coach. How about Holmesy? Hey, I didn't realize that was a top performance, the most points in a game for him.
Yeah, 4 points. So that's
and he feasts against Swift Current because that was his first hat trick too. He had that hat trick against them,
right?
And then has a 4-point night against them last night. So let's start off with Englot. I think that'd be a good one. You can do that.
Back-to-back tonight with Swift Current. Sometimes it's tough the second game. What was the mindset coming into the second one here?
Coming in, playing the first game against Swift and stuff, in the second period we got a little frustrated with the refs and stuff and the players, but our mindset here was just to keep doing what we're doing, play the way we play, and just stay focused and positive on the bench the whole game.
Yeah, and that's giving you guys a 5-game win streak here coming up to a tough road trip. What's the kind of the message going into playing some tough teams here?
Honestly, after the way we've been playing, don't change a thing. Keep sticking to the game plan. Pucks will go in, right? Stay positive, stay focused on the bench, and I think it'll go all right.
After missing the games out there on the West Coast there with your appendicitis, it doesn't seem like you've missed a beat coming back to the team. How does that feel?
It feels really good, actually. Kind of the pressure's off and stuff, because coming back I thought it'd be a little rusty and stuff, but we'll see. We start finding some goals and stuff, and it feels good.
Yeah, sure. It seems like the team's gelling now. The trade deadline's over. You guys feeling good out there on the ice together?
Yeah, really good. The locker room's awesome, and on the ice it's fun. Coming here in practice and stuff, it's really fun. And I think we're having a lot of fun. We're winning now and stuff, so I think everything's just going our way.
Good for him. He mentioned the reffing. It just kind of sparked my memory. Last night's reffing was
inconsistent.
Yeah, like bad.
I know. Yeah, we don't want to jam on the refs.
No,
all the time,
we don't. We don't kind of get hung up on that here, but there's some odd calls last night.
Yeah.
Like just
it didn't go both ways. That's the thing. Like there's some trips. Yeah, we took some trips and stuff, and they didn't. But you look at it, we had 5 power plays and they had 4 in the end, but they did miss some pretty obvious calls, we thought. And then the high stick on Dubinsky. So we all thought that Alkimov got him. Yeah. So I was watching the highlights last night. It was Smith that got him.
Was it?
It was.
That's why there's no call. But it seemed like Zonnefeld thought he got him too, because then
Zonnefeld, gave him the business in the corner.
Yeah.
But and you got to give him. I guess if the ref saw it right, then, I guess. Hey, you got to give him credit because Alkimov's stick came up at the same time.
The replay in house.
They showed it a couple times.
That. Yeah.
But it was. Some friendly fire there.
Yeah. And Zonnefeld, and he just about had his first of the season. Rang one off the post. And Johnson almost had his first. I think he clanged one too.
Yeah, there was a couple posts there late. It could have been
the last 10 minutes, I think, of the game. I'd say was just a shooting gallery. Like, it was when the skill difference really started to
Swift Current kind of shut it down a bit, and
they didn't look.
They didn't. No. They looked defeated at the end of the third there.
Yeah, and that doesn't look good for a team, right? I mean, our team has never looked like that. Just totally.
And Struch alludes to that. He's like, we haven't had many stinkers this year, and the work ethic has been consistent. Sure, we haven't won a ton of games, but he's been happy with the work ethic throughout the season, and we struggled at times not putting together 60-minute games. In the start of the season, it seemed like we had some good starts and we couldn't finish late, and then we had some slow starts and did try to come back later in the games, but that's the thing with the skill of this team, not where it where we want it to be. You got to rely on that work ethic to put together some good games to score some goals.
But that being said, as Drew had mentioned, the locker room is awesome right now, and that comes from the leadership but you're talking about the skill, and we're starting to look a little bit ahead to next year already, and I mean Denemy is a 20 goal scorer.
Yeah,
looking at him for a 20-year-old, you got guys like Drew Englot, Dubinsky. Heck, even Zach Smith starting to put up some points, and I don't know, maybe some of that skill is starting to become evident though.
Smith, just as a list pickup out of junior A, man, he's looked decent. I mean, he is 18. He's a little older than the rest of those skilled guys.
Yeah, but you said yesterday, I wish he was 17.
I wish he was a year younger. Yeah, for sure.
You could get 2 more years out of him, but
I still might get 2 years.
Yeah,
but we'll
fair
see
enough.
What happens.
Yeah, totally. Why don't you go up Stush? I think he's always a good interview. So this was after the game last night, but it's just talking about the week and
looking ahead to next week.
Yeah,
coming into a back-to-back second game could always be a tough game, but what was the mindset coming in?
Play the same way we've been playing all year. I mean, I can count on one hand the amount of times we've really come out and stumped the joint out. We play consistent. We're playing hard. We're trying to create offense the right way. We're playing defense the right way, which is giving us the puck more. So I think it's not so much about the back-to-back. It's about the day-to-day process. No matter what we're doing, we're trying to do the same things every day. Practice, days off, in games, so that it gives us a chance to win every night.
Seems like now trade deadline's passed, guys are starting to gel together. How does it look?
Well, you know what? We are. I think our old guys have done a good job of keeping that room nice and tight. The energy has always been good, right from the start of the year when we were 1-10. The atmosphere and energy in this, it hasn't changed, and we're just seeing some more wins, obviously. Some good successes for a lot of guys, and it's important that It's important that our young guys see it. The development of those kids is important, and our old guys having an impact on it every night.
Yeah, they're still putting forth a good effort despite tough start with the team.
Yeah, it's been great, and we owe that all to our leadership group.
So coming up to a tough road trip here, I know the message is the same thing, play the same. What are you looking from the team?
Exactly that. Play the same way. Come out and play hard. We're going to play good teams. We played good teams last week with Saskatoon twice and Victoria. We're going to see the same thing for 3 games. So, obviously, it's on the road. We don't get the matchups that we want, but we want to play hard. We expect everybody to be at that high standard and hopefully have a little bit of success.
Good, yeah, just kind of what we were saying. He's happy with the efforts, and he was saying, he mentioned he can count how many times the team stuck up the joint, and it seems like some of those games have been against Swift Current, so it's nice to get these wins. We talked about playing when we play Swift. It's just a weird game. They either bog us down or we play down to them, and it was nice to play above them.
Yeah. I think we really played much better against Swift Current than we did in January in that home and home.
Yeah, one of the worst games we saw this year. Matt Rowe, thanks for the comment coming in. So you're responding to a little bit of the skill coming up next year. So Jacob Brook, should be healthy. Well, they're saying maybe this year, but
actually, I heard. Well, he's skating. Phil said he's skating already.
Okay,
he's skating. So, and they list him on Saturday. They list him as 2 to 3 weeks. So we could see him by the end of the month, possibly.
Okay.
So that's good.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, get in a couple games.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't bank on him being
awesome,
but just being off so long. But for sure, he is someone we're looking forward to.
He's going to miss close to 2 months here. So
yeah. But it'd be nice to get him on the ice and
see him a little bit. Last couple games here.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So we were talking about Donovan Buskey and his winning streak against Saskatoon. Yeah, so
5 games now.
5-0. So it started me thinking. Now, of course, junior hockey stats, you can't find this stuff. But so NHL stats, I was looking up what is the best record goalies have against specific teams. So I found some pretty impressive ones. So you can kind of think about some that you think might be there. Most of them are from more modern times. There isn't really the ancient, because sometimes some of those, if you really go back, stats can go back and you can just get some crazy ones, but they're actually fairly modern. So while you're thinking about that, the Saskatchewan Podcast Network is supported by Connexus. What if your bank was committed to working with you to achieve your goals? What if they cared enough to get to know you? What if they weren't successful unless you were? What if the financial well-being drove everything they did? Come see why things are different at Connexus. Stop by any branch to learn more about how Connexus cares. So the best win percentage. Now, the criteria was you had to have at least 4 games against the team. So there's this guy, Antero Nidimäki. He played with Philly in the not too long ago, actually. And his best record was against Winnipeg. He was 17-0.
17?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, they had 13 regular wins and then some overtime wins. And then, so 17-0 against one team.
I would have never thought that, especially in the modern area where games are so hard.
Dominic Hasek was 12-0 against Minnesota. Corey Crawford, 11-0 against Buffalo. Patrick Waugh, 10-0 against Columbus. And then I wanted to find maybe one of the higher from kind of the older times was Ken Dryden against Washington. He was 19-2 against Washington.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have never thought.
Yeah, 17-0. And it's Philly. They weren't like a power. He just seemed to beat Winnipeg whenever they played them. So
Philly hasn't been a world beater recently, right?
No. Yeah. Carter Hart was on there. Did I cut him out though? Oh no, he's against Boston. He's 4-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the road trip and the league in general. I don't know. This week's actually been kind of a weird week. There's been some losses from some of the powerhouses. Portland lost a few. Kamloops lost a few. PA not struggling, but they're on their road trip in Alberta. They lost a couple here against Calgary and Lethbridge last night. But still, things are shaping up for kind of a Portland, Everett, Lethbridge. Kamloops is actually Medicine Hat's now ahead of Kamloops with their losses there.
Yeah,
in the overall, of course, they're not in the same division, but
yeah, and Everett, I just seen they're going to be shorthanded tonight against Spokane, so I think Spokane is looking prime for a win tonight. Everett's down to 9 forwards. That's rough.
Yeah, that's
a couple
like
suspensions and injuries.
That's like Timbit hockey. You're rolling your 3 lines.
Yeah. But I mean, Everett is 8-1 in their past 10, so they've been rolling. But we'll see what happens against Spokane tonight.
Everett and Spokane, okay.
That's shaping up to be a first-round matchup, because I don't think either of them is going to catch Portland.
Right.
And if they stay ahead of Seattle or Kelowna. Oh, yeah, they're going to stay ahead of Kelowna or Seattle. So that's shaping up to be a first-round matchup. Same with Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. That's looking like a pretty prime first-round matchup.
Those are good. I know people don't like these. Look at this one. Winnipeg Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Someone's going crazy on the Hearts right now. Look at that. Did you see that? Thanks for whoever was doing that. That was awesome. Yeah, and speaking of the league, so we're actually now the last team or the first team out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. Now that there's no real chance of getting there because the next team is Saskatoon, but
yeah, we're not going to catch them. But hey, we're ahead of Red Deer, we're ahead of Moose Jaw, we're ahead of Prince George.
TC's
Tri-City's been bombing.
Yeah, they're 1 something in their last 10.
So that's good. One way, as in we're not going to give. Hopefully, we're not going to give Saskatoon as high pick.
Yeah.
As
they won't get a top 3 now.
No, for sure.
So that's awesome.
But that also detracts from our import pick. So that the higher we go, the less it's...
Yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit with that import pick. There's some talk going on. I can't totally disagree with some of the criticism on Setoff lately. Just hasn't been...
defensively sound.
No. And I don't know if he's got that little taste for goals now and he's trying to get some more. But, last year he was a good... fairly solid defenseman and, overall happy with everything. This year it's just not as awesome.
Yeah, it's... I don't see the team moving on from him, but hey, you never know what's going to happen, right? Are they going to... I think they're going to move on from Seahart. He hasn't been in the lineup consistently, and when he is in there... I mean... It's chicken and egg thing. Like, you got to get in the lineup consistently to get some confidence, to get some, some continuity with some of the other players, but he's not getting in the lineup.
Yeah.
And so that's tough go for him, I think.
The import pick, I wouldn't worry about.
Oh, yeah.
Moving down, like,
yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah. I mean,
there's such a... Even if you have a high one, as we had, it's not even guaranteed they're going to come.
No.
So it doesn't matter.
You're going to try to pick up somebody who you think is going to come, regardless of their skill level, right? You're just trying to find somebody who's good
exactly.
and will come.
Yeah.
And we got burned this year, obviously, but...
Yeah. And sometimes maybe the higher you have, that guy is a good player. He has probably a few options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking at the game, Gushin, we all want Gushin to come. He's looking solid. Maybe the NHL draft will place a role in that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the NHL team will say, hey, you should go play in the WHL rather than playing in the USHL. So we can hope for that to happen, but we'll see what happens, because if he doesn't come, he doesn't come, right? Nothing we can do about
So Matt's writing in, Matt Rowe, set off wouldn't be so expendable if they had, was it so many 17s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because you think Walker, that's what kind of was I was alluding to last week. Like, Walker could, you got set off, and then Evans is 18, right? So he'll be 19 next year.
Yeah. So that's what Matt's saying, just so many 19s next year.
Yeah, and then you look at Johnson, he's been solid. Mitchell, you see, he's 17, so he'll be 18 next year, but he's only played half a season. Like, with his injuries this year and getting called up late last year, he really only has about half season experience.
Yeah.
Right? Because Zonneveld, I don't think Zonneveld's going to be back next year. He was technically an AP, but with the injuries, we called him up for the rest of the season.
Uh-huh. You don't think he'll be back?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. And you don't want to hang out your team to dry with a lot of young guys like that we've seen that have come up. Like, can they play a full season? It's going to be tough for those 16, 17s to have that many rookies, and if you move on from set-off. So, I know. Because you look at Walker, set-off, Evans, those are your top three for next year.
Walker, set-off, Evans.
Yeah, and then you got Johnson.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Mitchell, and then you have one rookie. Because you only lose winning this year.
Yeah. Feist?
I don't know. You think of maybe one of the other guys like Berg or...
True.
Or
yeah.
One of the other ones that came up, I can't...
Dylan Weigel. Or is there another one? Parker Berg.
Yeah.
They both played a couple games.
Weigel played one.
Yeah. There was another one, though.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. Anything else you want to go over this week? Anything else on your notes?
There was some guys got some streaks going. Denemy's staying hot, man. Wow. Yeah. He picked up 2 goals in Swift Current, and then another late one there. He whacked it right out of the air last night.
Yeah,
kind of just
nonchalant.
Yeah,
like no one just like. Oh,
well, here's the 6th goal. Yeah. Whitting's been he's got a 6-game point streak.
Yeah,
he missed a couple games there with illness, but he's still
counts.
Rolling. Yeah,
still counts.
Yeah, Holmes is up to 5 games. Evans up to 4 games. So yeah,
the Evans one is interesting. Actually, I heard that last night. Yeah, Riker Evans 4-game point streak.
Yeah, and he had 6 assists going into last night, and then he picked up a goal and assist. So
and
that's
he's
a goal and
10
assists.
goals now. Like
Evans, I don't think Evans is up to 10.
Oh, maybe
no, I think he's single digits still.
Okay.
I think Englot picked up his 10th.
Maybe. You're probably right.
Yeah. Chorney picked up 1 in Swift Current. It's nice to see him score again.
Yeah. Yeah, he hadn't been...
it's been a while for him.
Since his injury. Hasn't been quite the same. But that's awesome.
Yeah. I can't
another little thing was the jerseys. The autism awareness jerseys. So they kind of gave him a glimpse of them at the on the Access broadcast.
Oh yeah, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah, and they're quite nice actually. Might be one that I actually finally put a bid on. Like they're nice crest, like an actual crested, not the just silk screened. Screen print thing. So fairly nice. The auction's kind of up now. You can find it if you look hard enough, I guess. You found it somehow.
Yeah, I came across it somehow.
Yeah.
A couple sold already, a couple bids in, so...
Yeah.
But that's not till...
21st.
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, still a week between then.
Yeah,
so don't go and drive up the bids.
Yeah.
And just wait.
I don't know, we got Holmes. If you want to do Holmes' interview, that's about all I got left.
Sure, let's finish it off. Yeah, Holmes had his career game, so let's just listen to him and finish it off. It's kind of standard answers.
Yeah.
Coming into back-and-back with Swift Current, sometimes it's tough to win both. What was the mindset going into this game?
Yeah, I think the mindset was just playing our game, and they're a team that has a pretty good goalie, so we just stuck with it and just kept trying to get pucks to the net.
It seems like you really took it to them and really pounded them, especially getting into the second and third period. How was that for the confidence for you guys?
Yeah, no, obviously we kind of wore them down there in the third, and we kind of opened it up, and we played really well tonight.
Going into a tough road trip now, what do you guys got to do to keep this momentum going here?
Well, we just got to stick with our systems and listen to our coaches, and we got to worry about what we control and go from there.
This team seems to be gelling now. You guys have been together for a while. The trade deadline's out of the way. How's the room feel now?
No, the room obviously feels really good. We won 5 in a row. That's the longest consecutive games we've won this year. So all the guys are happy in there.
Again, congrats to Robbie Holmes on his career night last night. 1 goal and 3 assists. Short-handed goal at that. So,
it's only our second of the year.
Yeah. Second shorty.
Yeah.
Nice. Who was the first one against?
I
can't remember. I was going to wonder if it was Swift. Anyways, let's wrap it up for the week. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and comments. And we will be back next week, probably on...
Friday night,
yeah. We're going to do a little Valentine's Day special episode. Get it in before a busy week after that, of course. Yeah. Game on the Monday, so we want to try and get an episode out early and get it in before that busy week. So tough road trip coming up, and we'll see how the guys do. Pretty happy with how things are going. Some tough teams, but... You never know. They've been playing good.
It's nice to see them pick up the points where they can.
Yeah.
And then, if we don't get a win here on this road trip, it's going to be a little disappointing, but not maybe unexpected. So if we can get 1 win, that'd be great. Maybe a couple overtime points or something. That'd be awesome. But this is going to be a tough one. But hey, the team is playing well.
Yeah.
And this is the best they've looked probably all season.
Those teams better not look past them.
Yes.
Right. I think that's been the motto of the years. You can't, even though they're not a contender, you can't look past them and just bank on the win. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We will wrap it up and see you guys at the rink.
And the Pats' third shooter will be Zach Smith. He's got a chance to win it. Smith's got the puck in the neutral zone. Little right across the blades line into the slot. Goes backhand and scores. Zach Smith wins it in the shootout. What a goal, backhand, bar, and in.